Hello everyone, welcome back to the Phone Museum. Today we are going to tour LG or Google Nexus 5 with Marshmallow. Firstly, this phone announced on October 13th of 2013 with Android 4.4 KitKat. This phone has Crate 400 quad-core Qualcomm Snapdragon 800 processor with Adreno 330 GPU, 2GB RAM and 16 or 32GB of storage. This is the first Nexus phone that supports LTE network. Yeah, I know Galaxy Nexus support LTE network as well, but it was only a US model, so the globally LTE network was, I think, Nexus 5. Anyway, it also support Wi-Fi 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and Bluetooth 4.0 with NFC. It has 2300 milliamps battery with Qi wireless charging. This phone came out with Android 4.4 KitKat and upgradable to 6.0.1 Marshmallow. In front of the phone, it has 1.2 megapixel front-face camera, round receiver, and ambient and proximity sensor. By the way, this receiver hole has a matching color with the black panel. If it's a white version, has this white speaker grill, and red one has a red speaker grill. I personally prefer black one for any color. And 1080 by 1920 4.95-inch LCD display covered with Gorilla Glass 3. And the bottom, there's a little notification LED light. Let's take out the case. On the top, there's a 3.5mm earphone jack with the mic. On the right, there's a power button and a SIM tray. And the bottom, there's a mic, micro type B USB connector, and a speaker. On the left, there's a volume button. On the back, there's a 8-megapixel OIS camera with LED flash and a Nexus LG logo. This model is a white version, so when I'm using this case for about like 2 weeks and it's already color changed to the red. There's a one problem of a white version. Anyway, this phone has a 3 different color: black, white, and bright red. The bright red color was Google Play exclusive. For the side, the black and red version have a matte finish, and white version has a glossy black finish. But I replaced the screen with the black version. That's why I had a matte finish and a black speaker hole. On the lock screen, you can directly access the Google Voice search, or you can access to camera. Yeah. And also, you can swipe up to unlock. Nexus 5 was the first device that support Google Now launcher. So on the top, you can see the Google search bar, which cannot remove, where you can press the hold any empty spot of a home screen to change wallpaper, add widget, and change home setting. From there, you can add personalized update, which is when you swipe all the way to left, you can go to Google Now on the home screen. I personally don't like that, so turn off. And home screen rotation, which is like a tablet, you can rotate the home screen like so. You swipe down to see the notification, and swipe down one more time to see all the toggle and some notification. For example, Instagram, you can swipe down to see more information. You can click to access, or you can swipe left or right to close that notification, or you have a bunch of notification. You can click. When you have a notification, you have a little button up here, so you click, you can clear all the notification. And let's go to the app drawer. On the top, you can search the app, and on the right, there's a handle. You can go up and down faster. When it was Android KitKat, it was a horizontally layout in like car stack kind of animation. But in Android Marshmallow is vertical layout. I know many people love a stock Android, but I personally don't like stock Android because it's lack of a useful feature and not a big fan of basic Google apps. So I download Sony's audio recorder and I download a Pentec music player, and I using a third-party app for video player or file manager, etc. So there's not many basic apps, but let's see some calculator. You can change degree or radian right up here, and you can swipe down to see all the history. You can swipe left to see scientific panel. I think this is the app is the best example of Google's multi-layer design. And you can go to setting, you can choose the theme, light or dark, or set by the battery saver, which is right now is just white. And now let's go to camera app. For camera app, you can go to menu and see the order: photosphere, panorama, lens blur, and settings. In additional setting, you can turn on the manual expose, then you can access to brightness level change or timer, HDR, flash, and it has problem. I'm going to talk about that later. You can control the flash as well. And let's go to menu and photosphere. It is take about like 20 or more pictures to stitch together and make a one VR-like picture. And panorama, you can choose horizontally or vertically, or you can make a bigger picture, take a 9 picture and stitch together and make a bigger picture, or make a kind of fisheye effect picture as well. And lens blur is like a portrait mode these days, but portrait mode is use more than 2 camera to make a blur, but this one you take a picture, you go up and make a blur the background. Now let's go to setting. In the setting, you can change the resolution and quality. It's up to 8 megapixel all the way down to 0.9 megapixel, 4:3 and 16:9 ratio. From base camera 1.2 megapixel to all the way down to 0.1 megapixel, same 4:3 or 16:9. Video quality for HD all the way down to SD. From face camera HD to CIF, and you can change the panorama and photosphere resolution, high, normal, or low. When you put high, then it takes longer time to process stitch all the pictures. And you can save geotagging, or you can show the grid in viewfinder, 3:3 viewfinder. And for this camera app, is really unstable. You saw before it just crashed, and it's quite often crashed during the camera taking. And OIS is not so stable. When I try to take a picture and the camera is stable and the picture is really shaky, I don't know why. And when I took the picture, and of course it's not as clear as what I expect, and also it's having really hard time focusing, especially at night. Let's see the picture quality. The quality it's alright, not the terrible, but not the best quality, even if it was in 2013. For the macro shot, it's hard time focus on it, but I can manually touch to focus on the subject. But problem is at night. In low light condition, it is a really hard time to get a right focus on it. For just the photo mode, I can manually touch to get a right focus, but for panorama or photosphere mode, I cannot do that, and it ends up blurry pictures. Also, for the panorama and photosphere, you can see this is photosphere. It's like this. You can see this building top part was blurred because out of focus. In here, this building was on focus, but this off focus, on focus, and off focus in this moment. I tried to take up quite a time, but I keep getting full clear picture. You can see it's blur. This building top blur. This building blur, and this is clear. In here, this building is blur as well. And you can see this kind of VR, and you can directly see the Google Cardboard. And panorama picture looks like this, just the middle part of a photosphere picture. So when you see in the phone, it looks like this. And this is the different panorama. So I take a 9 picture to make one really big picture. And this is like a fish eye effect kind of picture. It looks like this. And let's go to the setting. In the setting, wireless and networks, you can just basic setting as a Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. You can connect and delete those kind of stuff, data uses, and more. You can see you can turn on the airplane mode, NFC, Android beam, hotspot, mobile hotspot, VPN, cellular network, and emergency broadcast, those information. And let's talk about the NFC and Android beam. Android beam, which use NFC technology to connect Bluetooth and share the content. For example, I want to share this picture to my friend. Then I just simply tap, touch the beam, I touch, and it's receiving. So this is similar technology as a Samsung's S-Beam, but the difference is Samsung's S-Beam use Wi-Fi direct technology, but this one using Bluetooth technology, so this is a little slower. I use S-Beam quite a lot before, not these days, because these days there's a nearby share, which is about same technology, but I don't have to I don't have to turn on the Wi-Fi, NFC. So, but Android Beam is using Bluetooth technology, so it's slow to share the picture, especially like this original 8 megapixel picture. And it's all shared, so I can simply see the picture. You can change the brightness level manually, or you can change to automatically, and wallpaper, screen timeout, and double press the power button to access camera, like so. It's not super snappy, but there's a shortcut for camera. And you can turn the daydream, font size, and auto rotation and cast. For sound, you can change the volume for individual, and you can turn on the ringtone, and you can change the feedback, cast, and you can see the little notification light, and you can give the permission for notification access for third-party app. For the do not disturb, you can choose which notification are allowed during this mode. And this new iOS 15 has a like repeat calls option, but Android has one way before, so you can second time within 15 minutes. It allowed to catch the phone. In iOS 15, I think there's 3 times, but it's same technology. And you can automatically make a routine, so it's based on the time or based on event. So for based on time, you can choose for like date and time to end time, those kind of stuff. And apps. In the apps, you can delete, disable, and delete the data and give a permission, notification, and set a default and those kind of stuff. Notification, permission, and those kind of stuff, and go to setting. You can see which app has which permission. And app links, default, those kind of stuff, better optimization. And storage. So this is 16GB model, but I can use maximum 12.5 gig. So the system take about 3GB memory. And battery. So in the battery, you can see the battery history and which app use the most, and you can turn on the battery saver. But the problem of battery saver is it reduced CPU clock speed to 0.7 GHz. And when I listening music and I got phone call and my earphone and on my watch letting me know I have a phone call, but my phone screen is not turned on and it's not vibrating at all. So I missed the phone. And then I just turn off the battery saver because this is a smartphone, and when I turn the battery saver and it cannot work as a phone, then this option should not be here. And for the memory, you can see all the memory usage and which app use how much memory consumed. And for the user, you can add, or you can go to get setting. It's a different setting as my main account. So you have to log into new Google account, and you cannot access picture taking from the main account and those kind of stuff. It takes a long time to load, so let's skip for now. For location service, you can turn on just the network location service or just the satellite service, or you can turn on the both. And this phone can detect and use GPS and GLONASS satellite. And at the security, you can lock the phone and lock screen message, encrypt the phone and SIM card lock, password visual and those kind of stuff, and a screen pinning. And go to a screen lock. You set the no locks, or you can set swipe to unlock, or pattern, pin, password. For pattern, it looks like swipe up. I will explain it later. You can swipe up and using your pin, pattern, and for pin is similar. Swipe up and enter the pin. For the password is same. Oops. Swipe up. Swipe up and type the password. The reason I keep press the hold that little lock icon because I turn the smart lock. So smart lock is when phone think it's on my body, I'm using this phone, then it's not lock for me. And also, if connect to a Bluetooth device and I set as a trust device, then when this device is connected, and then it's not gonna lock for me. So when I turn off the Bluetooth, then it's automatically locked. Those kind of stuff. So this is similar to iOS 14.5, but it was work only for Apple Watch. And now I will show you screen pinning. I think this is really useful for when I'm using password, pin, or pattern, those kind of stuff. Because, for example, I wanna share this clock face to other person, then I can pin. Then other people cannot access to different app. You cannot access. And if you press the hold to access the application, then you have to type the password. It doesn't matter it's connected to Bluetooth or whatever. So I think it can really useful for share to other person, and you don't want to share other content. And for account, you can add or remove or sync account. And Google is your Google account setting, language and input. You can change the bunch different language, spell checker, and a Gboard, which is same Gboard as you can download from the Google Play Store. So you can change the language, performance, you can change the theme, text correction, and those kind of stuff. And backup and reset, you can back up the phone and reset the factory reset or just the setting reset, those kind of stuff. And date and time, you can change the date and time zone, those kind of stuff. And accessibility, you can change all the settings. And about phone, you can go to system update to check update, but this regular update has end for this device, so not expect to get any update for this device. Status, you can see all the phone number, signal, and those kind of stuff. And you can see the Android version 6.0.1. You can play the Easter egg. And when you tap many times for build number, then you can access to the developer option. And for system UI tuner, let's remove from the setting. You go to the notification bar and you press the hold the setting. Then congrats, system UI tuner has been added to the settings. Then you can add this kind of stuff. So I can add the tile, or I can remove. I don't like cats, then remove. I want the flashlight to up top, then you can change the order. And status bar, you can change. I don't want to see the Wi-Fi, then you can clear up the Wi-Fi icon and those kind of stuff. And show battery percentage. So in here, there's no option to turn the battery percentage. So I'm using third-party application to do that, but you can turn this little icon, but this is really small and hard to read the percentage, so I'm still using third-party application. And now let's talk about the battery life. The battery life of this phone is really depends on the phone condition. For screen on time, it is between 3 to 4 hours. I think for about an 8 years old phone, its battery is better than I expect. For charging is really slow. For wireless charging, I did not expect to repeat wireless charging, but for wired charge, it's really slow as well. I tried the 15 watt and 20 watt charger, but somehow both are maximum 5 watt, same as wireless charging. I thought this phone can handle a maximum of 10 watt for wire, but somehow probably my device problem or some problem, it can only 5 watt wire charge. For wireless charging, it takes about 3 hours and 15 minutes to fully charge, and for wire, it takes about 2 to 2.5 hours. So now I will post the video about using Nexus 5 in 2021 and gaming performance of this phone as well. Thank you for watching and see you in next time.